All right. Hello, everyone. Playing Rivulet. Is that a surprise? Cursor. I need to practice this. Yeah. I'm probably going to be focusing on Rivulet for the next like few weeks. Hold up, already forgetting what to do. Nice turn storage. Yes, I am. How much can we talk about that? Has it been like officially announced? Music is off. Thank you. It is. Well, I want to play the previous song then. Mentioned on stream. Yeah. But and regardless of that, I still want to improve at this category. I mean, I've been doing practice streams for a while. I think I'm going to focus on it more than usual. As in, actually start doing some real attempts now. I mean, I've been doing real attempts, like, here and there, sort of. The most difficult parts of this run, I think, have been the rots and shaded. Oops, well, that was not correct. The rot is difficult just because of gravity cycles. So what exactly you have to do in each run is different. It changes every single time. Not only when a room will be like low gravity or not, but like if it might switch in the middle of the room, what should you do in that situation, you know? There's like so many situations you need to be prepared for. So I might spend a lot of time just doing the rot over and over again. I also need to figure out how to do this room. I like doing that wall pounce, and I guess I'll just do these wall jumps for the rest of it. That isn't too bad. Also, yeah, this is a practice run. No creatures enabled. Maybe I'm considering enabling DLLs. Because compared to all the other creatures, they're actually like pretty consistent. Because like a Cyan Lizard could be in like 5 different rooms. But a DLL is probably going to be in the same, well, actually it is in the same room every single time. They like very rarely move between rooms unless they are chasing something. So I'm actually, yeah. I'm gonna enable them. This is the mod, by the way. So just change that. Also, there's DLLs that spawn consistently in the rots that mod disables, which kind of doesn't make sense because they're always going to be in the same spot and they don't move at all. So it's like you're removing an environmental hazard, not like a creature. The whole point of the mod is to remove like RNG. Have I played with mods otherwise? I have. I did a bunch of streams of mods. You know, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should do some mods again. Now that there's a lot more people who may not have seen the original streams of the mods. Also, I did this horribly. there's been any like updates to the mods. I know that Drone Master has gotten a lot of updates. I don't really know about any of the other ones. So, because some of those mods were probably just like ports from older mods before Downpour came out, and those just haven't been touched since. Custom regions, I could do custom regions. Honestly, I've been avoiding custom regions. I don't know if I want to do streams of those. I mostly prefer the custom slug cats. And I guess I don't mind if a slug cat mod also adds some new regions or like changes to some rooms, because those regions will be designed with the slug cat's abilities in mind. Or maybe I'll do some region mods, because it does kind of bother me a little bit that every single slug cat mod has some sort of like unique ability, which I understand that's like kind of the point, right? The point of a modded character is to add whatever abilities you want. That's how Downpour does it, right? You got Spearmaster and Artificer and Saint, but they're like, they all have crazy abilities. Each one has like some sort of ability that makes them unique. So a mod that doesn't add a character that has a unique ability, like what would that do then? I guess in that case that would be a custom region, right? Because you would just play a survivor, but the region is different, right? So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Randomizer? Or what though? Slugcat randomizer, creature randomizer. I kind of don't like creature randomizer. It's so chaotic. And I mean randomizers in general. I feel like just like a lot of mods, everything. Just randomize everything. Randomize the game. I've had some oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. I've had some ideas for more content-y stream ideas, if that makes sense. Oops. I considered doing a run of the game, just like Pebble Percent sort of, but with my control scheme randomized. Damn, that wasn't enough. So like movement keys, grabbing items, throwing items, all that would just be different, and I just have to get used to it. That's actually really good. Without the extra jump there, it kind of lines up better. Turn to normal run and get used to it. It might be a showcase of the control scheme randomizer. It would kind of be like how I would play the game if I didn't have all my like muscle memory for movement tech and such. Which actually probably doesn't make a huge difference, because game knowledge is like a massive chunk of like your skill. Like knowing how to avoid creatures, knowing what food to eat, knowing where the regions are, you know, all that is probably like a huge part of your skill in the game. And so I would just like move around very carefully. As long as you get used to moving left and right and jumping, you're good. Hello, welcome to the stream. Oh, I forgot the backup strategy. I should probably learn that. I think it's like, actually I don't know what it is. Is it that? Well, they fell down for me. I kind of want to do something with the chat. I don't have like channel points on Twitch, but I do have polls. I think I can do a poll, right? Can I? Yeah. I guess I can start a poll. So I can have you guys vote on stuff in the YouTube chat. To be like DIY Twitch integration. I don't know what I would use that with. I don't know. But yeah. I could maybe come up with something interesting there. Grappleware movement. Okay, so I learned at some point that pretty much every sword percent run has grappleware movement. And I've been mostly doing sword percent runs, right? So in Gourmand, you craft a grapple worm to go through outer expanse faster. For Artie, actually, they're the only one that doesn't use it. For Rivulet, you use grapple worms in Underhang, right? For Spearmaster, you use grapple worms for a huge chunk of the run, about Underhang and Precipice. You can even use it in Looks of the Moon. And then for Saint, you're kind of using grapple worm movement by default, right? Although it is different. So like, okay, you know, grapple worm movement is gonna be important. Just learn it. Lat mod is nice. You can just like redo some rooms a whole lot. If you want to do a lot more story runs, then you kind of have to learn grapple worm movement. I feel like you could reach that pole, maybe if you up through. Hello, welcome to the stream. I should have grabbed a neuro. Well, there's one right over there. Or not. And this is one of the most important wall pounces in the whole run, and I'm not very good at it. Well, maybe not. Actually, I think it is. It is one of the most important ones, because it lets you skip that room on a bad cycle really quickly. It might even be faster than if it's low gravity, but I'm not consistent at it yet. Yeah, the kind of Twitch integration where it's like any individual member of chat can impact the run somehow, like spawning creatures and stuff. That like the way that Twitch integration works for Rain World, you can spend channel points to do something, and that something can be really bad, you know. And honestly, I don't really like Twitch integration streams. They just kind of end up being like extremely chaotic. Like there's creatures everywhere. There's maybe the color palette is changing, random music is playing. You know, it's just like too much stuff going on. Especially after the whole like Twitch integration tournament, I really got tired of Twitch integration after doing that. So I got to experience it firsthand, and it's actually not. I found it less enjoyable. That's the wrong place to roll. If you like watching people suffer, then like that's cool, I guess. But actually like playing it yourself, yeah, it is just suffering. And it may be hard to believe, but I don't actually play Rain World for the pain, unlike most people apparently. Yeah, you can deactivate a lot of stuff, but instead of a Twitch integration where you can like do something where the chat can like spawn in creatures or something, it'd be more like chat vote on something that I have to do out of these options. Like, maybe I try to do a Pebble percent run, but they can vote on which regions I have to go to. So I would take, like, a really awkward roundabout way to get to Pebbles. Get, like, trying to find a way to get me through Pipe Yard or something. I don't know. That does seem kind of boring, though, because it's just the regions, and everything else about the game is still exactly the same. I don't know. I know Scurry did that stream where they picked a random chat member and they could choose which creature to spawn into arena mode. And they had to, like, survive against these creatures that the chat picked out. So someone could pick like a scavenger and it wouldn't be a problem. Well, maybe a small problem, but like you could pick like any creature, so it could be like something that's completely harmless, or it could be like a red lizard. I never got a neuron. Actually, I should go out of my way to get a neuron for the glow. You have been cursed with intended percent. I'll just spawn one in the gates. Hit every single music trigger on the way. Gotta get bioengineering. I mean, I kind of like the idea of doing a run where you like get all the music triggers, but I also don't like the idea of having to like figure out where they all are. Like, I don't even know where to find the music triggers. Like, is there a map where there's like a whole list of them or something? All the rainbows? Like the rainbows in the background. All rooms percent. Yeah, that sounds fun. Just go through every single room in the whole game. That sounds like routing hell. So I think I'm so fast here that I need to make this jump with the cell on. And that's why I don't like that. Goodness. I should probably just wait. I think there is just kind of a time limit on that. Like, you just can't go too fast. Because the cell is like going to turn off right in the middle of that jump. Or the cell will stay on and you have to deal with the Oops, that was actually kind of bad, but I guess I didn't really have any other option. If the cell is on, then you have to like not jump too high, or else you just get into the rot in the ceiling. Nice fast fall. Nice DLL place. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why I just jumped like straight into them. What would I do in this situation? I have no idea. I guess just like go around like this. But that'd really suck in a real run. I should probably get better at like dodging these DLOs. That's why I turned on the DLO spawn. I'm gonna have every other creature enabled. Yeah, Slugcats have really strong arms. You know how strong they can throw a spear? Like, literally impaling them into walls. I don't know if I could do that. It also depends on what the wall is made of. But I assume the terrain is quite strong, considering that it withstands the rain for so long. Oops, I totally messed up this room. The walls are made of cheese. Thank you for the insight. This is probably too slow. Oh, I also messed this up. I'm really throwing right now. But I'm just kind of starting with like a run through the whole run. I'll focus on individual rooms later. So you actually need to wait a little bit on that roll pounce. If you do it instantly, then you just get killed by the rot. Or just don't do the roll pounce at all. It is pretty risky. This might actually be the hardest wall pounce in the whole run. This like off-screen pounce against that like thing that's covered by the terrain. That's what you want in this room. This stupid pipe bowl. Kind of bad movement in this room. Why do we eat that karma flower? Technically it's not important right now, but in the real run, we exit out of the game after putting the rarefaction cell in the heart room. And that skips a long cutscene. But by exiting out of the game, we lose 1 karma, and we need to stay at 5 karma in order to enter Shoreline, because the karma gate is level 5. So the karma flower keeps your level at 5, so you can actually go through the gate. If the game crashes there, which it tends to do for me, and I imagine that it will at the end of this run, then your karma goes down anyway, and you have to lose like a whole minute trying to get your karma back up. So I'm excited for that to happen. I hope that the patch fixed that issue, even though it's like so niche. Yeah, I would actually really appreciate that. Like only like 3 speedrunners total would care about that, and I don't even think that other runners of Rivulets have had that issue at all. I'm apparently the only person who has the game crash, and it actually like totally ruins runs if the game does crash there. And is that even the kind of bug that you would fix in a game? Because you're not supposed to exit out right there, right? You're supposed to just like watch the cutscene, right? So why would you fix a bug that you aren't supposed to encounter? Probably very low priority. Even though it is like extremely impactful for this particular speedrun for one person. Oh, hello. Welcome to Twitch. I was actually playing for once. I am somewhat familiar with Noida, but I've not played the game. Honestly, the tentacles are so bizarre here. The way that they like push you to the side in a weird way. Yep, thank you. See, this is why I don't like swimming through here. It was just like it's such a huge time loss, just randomly. If you get grabbed, you just lose like a minute. Like, look at this. What am I supposed to do here? If I swim boost, I just drown faster. It doesn't actually help at all. I thought that if you didn't swim boost, you would be totally safe. Cool. It's cool to know that can happen. Because I didn't take that route for a very long time. I went underneath the jellyfish just to avoid that situation. Then I heard like, oh, it's actually totally safe to go that way as long as you don't swim boost. You don't get grabbed. I was like, okay. I guess I did swim boost, but I don't know. If you have to avoid swim boosting, then I think it just ends up being slower anyway. Right? Yellow's right here. That's a death. Oh, it is an interesting kind of game where there's like two games in one. There's the whole like roguelike, just like regular, like go down, fight the boss, you know, beat the game. There's that, and then there's the whole like all of like the crazy secrets going on and like parallel universes, or whatever they're called, and like see like there's huge chunks of the world that you just never go to if you just go through the regular game, right? And like the regular, like the regular game, the regular roguelike part is interesting, I guess. I mean, I'm not too interested in it personally. Okay, that's a new way to mess it up. Then all the secret stuff also is like, how would you ever discover this on your own? It's cool that it's there, and I see videos about it. And it's like, oh, that's neat, but like no one ever like finds this stuff. Somehow that was still fast enough, almost. Oh. And I wish I was like, this isn't set up. It feels like it almost is, right? Like land on this platform and then do like 2 slides. Maybe that is consistent if you do it at the same time. I mean, obviously, but if you do it the same way, it will be the same. I don't know if I've ever fully like delved into a game with like secrets and like secret endings and like Spelunky, I think is a good example, because Spelunky has the normal ending, right? And then it has like some sort of secret ending where you have to do some convoluted chain of events to get to like a second last world and then fight the monster, right? And I never discovered those on my own. I never played the first Spelunky, and I thought it was spoiled on the second one before I played it. So I already knew like all the steps. Also, I forgot to eat a neuron. I kind of wonder what it'd be like just to explore a game to like figure out the secrets like that. I wonder what this item does. Where can I use this? What does this unlock? But I'm always way too hesitant just to get games. That's my problem. Well, it's not really a problem, I guess, but if I see a game it's like that is interesting, I will watch like 10 hours of videos before I'm confident about buying it myself. And I kind of hate expectations. Honestly, I really hate expectations. Because it's like, if someone says this game is like a masterpiece, you gotta play it, then I'm like, should I play it then? Because if I don't like it, then I'm just gonna be really disappointed. Like honestly, for Rain World, I had no expectations about Rain World. I didn't start playing Rain World because some YouTube video was like, this game is a masterpiece, the story and the ecosystem, blah blah blah. You know, I didn't have that experience. I just saw like the like one of the like trailers. Yeah, I think it was one of the trailers. And it was like, "Ah, this looks funny," and then I saw the game was out. I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll get it now." That was my experience with Rain World. And I actually didn't even enjoy it too much at the beginning, but eventually I was like, "Oh shoot, this game is actually like really good." So I had no expectations coming into Rain World. mean, I don't know if I'll find another game like Rain World or like Outer Wilds, because people are gonna be like, this game is crazy. It's like the best game ever. You gotta play it, right? People say that about those games. If I were to see that now, if I were to see another game came out, people would be like, this is like, you have to play this game. I'd be like, should I? What if I don't like it? When I... never mind. What was that? Why did I just like slow down for no reason? Yeah, I did that wrong because I couldn't see what I was doing. There was this one game that I played recently. Hold up, let me search it up. Sheepy. The game is called Sheepy, A Short Adventure. That game was hyped up. I saw some random videos. I was like, this game is like so good. It's high quality, blah, blah, blah. I played the game and honestly, I didn't have a great time. Which is contrary to like every single review or like comments that I've seen about the game ever. But honestly, I can't blame the game. It is good. But I just had some like bizarre technical issues with it. Like the game crashed for me like 3 times. And there was a lot of like stuttering in the music. Like the music would just cut out randomly and kind of broke some of the like, important events that were going on. Like it's supposed to be like an intense dramatic moment, and then the music is just like going all over the place. It's like, well, yeah, this is kind of falling apart. And apparently no one else had those same issues, so it's just, that was just me. Oh hey, a karma flower. So I'll try to go to the jellyfish again. I guess I just don't swim boots at all. Nope, still got grabbed. And shocked. You just don't struggle? Become the jellyfish? That is, I'll have to reconsider that. I really don't like that. God, these jellyfish are destroying me, honestly. These cannot be spoiled if they're too niche. Yeah, if no one else has played the game, you can't be spoiled. That's probably why, I mean, Rain World is a very unique game that I've, compared to others that I like. So I usually don't care about story or... Actually, a lot of things. I don't care about a lot of things in games, like, at all. It's mostly just the gameplay. Is the gameplay good? Like Spelunky, like Terraria, or What else? Those are games where it's just like the game is fun, and that's it. That's part of why I like roguelikes too, because it's like you just open the game and you play it, and that's it. That's the whole experience, you know. There's no cutscenes. There's no like story and lore and stuff that you have to care about. It's just you open the game and you play it. And then if a game is heavily based on the story, then I probably already watched a video about the game that spoils the whole thing, and it's like, well, I already know the story, so why do I have to play it? The game did crash. Visual style is important. The visual style that I care about is like simplicity. Maybe that's strange to say about like Raid World, but I mean like side view like 2D pixel art is usually my preference for like games in general. And maybe that's a weird thing to care about, like, oh, I don't like 3D games, but that is kind of how it is. I appreciate when the visuals let you see, let you like know everything that's going on all at once. Because in a 3D game, you can only see what you're looking at. I mean, in like a first-person game, if it's like top-down but 3D, then I guess it's kind of the same thing. Wow, this movement sucked. But like, if it's a 2D game, you can see everything on the screen like, immediately. You know what's going on, right? If it's a first-person game, there might be stuff behind you that you can't see, or stuff that's behind like obstacles. And I guess like that's like the immersion, right? Yeah, obviously that's the point, right? Or like if you're in a forest, you can't see what's like behind all the trees and grass and other things that are in the way. That's just really annoying to me. I do like Lethal Company though. It actually has a lot of mechanics that kind of play with your vision, like the coil heads that you have to keep looking at, or the brackens that you have to look at, but only a little bit. So it's like you're kind of like constantly checking your back to see if there's a bracken there. I kind of do like that. It's not like a game where it's like you should know what's going on, but you can't because you can't see anything. It's like you can't know what's going on, and that's the whole point. You know, that's what the bracken's there. Hi, Moon. What is even Lethal Company? It's a very popular game. Actually, it's kind of dying. I mean, that's to be expected. It was popular, and people played it a bunch, and you know, people move on. It's like a multiplayer horror / comedy game. There's this like facility. You go into the facility and you like collect scrap, but there's monsters in the facility, so you have to like not die to them. It's mainly designed for co-op with proximity chat. So you go in and you can talk to people who are around you, but if they die or if you get separated, then you can't hear them anymore. sounds fun. I guess you could say that. I think that the experience is definitely better if you don't know what's going on. When you encounter a creature and you don't know what it's gonna do. Like that's when the horror elements of the game are actually the best. Obviously, you know, fear of the unknown. I think that the game is it's still fun. I mean, I've played it a whole lot and I kind of know what's going on, but I think it's still fun. Honestly, just kind of running around and collecting scrap. Even if you don't run into any monsters. But yeah, I understand that. That was the opposite of what I wanted to do. And they both got eaten by spiders. That sounds fun. Pups die very, very easily to spiders. I think it depends on their size, right? The larger the creature, the more spiders it requires to kill them. So a slug pup like only requires a handful of spiders. I thought music started playing. Yeah, it cut out, but it didn't. That was a really bad setup. That was really... all of this is awful. I've practiced this before. Wow, what's up with this jump? I guess I'm just too low. Every time you want to ask a what's my favorite this question, go check the tier list stream. If you're asking me specifically, I guess. I shouldn't have thrown that. I actually need to keep the rocks. Somehow I managed to get 2 rocks after that extended slide. Connection between Jimmy mechanic and drainage system. I don't know. Ask Andrew. Speaking of pipe yard, I don't even really mind pipe yard. It's just like kind of neutral. Like it's just there. The main problem with the pipe yard is that it's just too out of the way to really care about. I think I've actually decided on the main issue with pipe yard, and it's that the connections between regions are too long. Like when you're going from industrial to pipe yard, it doesn't take too long, right? There's like a few extra rooms and you're in pipe yard, right? If you're going from the Sky Islands, there's that one really long pipe room, that like vertical room that you have to climb up. And then there's like the whole extra set of rooms in Sky Islands they have to go through. If you want to go to Shoreline, there's the entirety of sump tunnels that you have to go through. And even once you get past sump tunnels, there's a bunch more rooms left in Shoreline that are just like sump tunnels. So there's this massive set of rooms that you have to go through. If you want to go to filtration, you have to go through all of the really big rooms with the mole lizards, and then a bunch more rooms. And then once you enter filtration, it's even more rooms after that. You know. So any like connection between regions in pipe yard, it just takes way too long. But I guess it makes sense because it needs to be long, or else it would be like way too fast of a shortcut. Nova Drift mentioned. That game is sick. I want to stream that game someday. Maybe when it gets next like major update. I think that's pretty soon-ish. At least this year. I don't know if they've announced a specific date, but yeah, maybe I'll play it then. But I don't exactly know what I would do. I guess just like do a bunch of different builds and just kind of showcase the game as a whole, if I can. Games like Nova Drift and a lot of other roguelikes in general kind of baffle me with how they're even coded. There's just like so many items and upgrades that affect your stats and the way that your like weapons fire. Oh. Like if you have this upgrade, then your weapons fire like this, but if you have this upgrade, then they fire like this. And if you have both of the upgrades, then they both synergize with each other. Like, I don't know. I just don't even know how it would work. Yeah, other games are actually probably more complicated than that. With the way that all their upgrades and like different like firing modes and weapons and whatever the way that they all like just mix together perfectly. I don't know how they do it. Farm raise is, I like the region. I don't like the deer, and I'm gonna say that every single time. Farm raise is mentioned. It's just the deer don't work. And honestly, if they were just like a little bit inconsistent, whatever. But the problem is when they just sit there and do nothing. If they, as long as they just moved at all consistently, it wouldn't be a problem. Just deletes pipe yard. That's called uninstalling downpour. Pipe yard will no longer be there. Also, there's no reason to go to pipe yard if you don't want it. True. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I got launched out of that. I really need to work on that consistency on this. I don't know why. It's just all over the place. I think it was the timing on the wall pounce that I was struggling with. I figured out. Just do the wall pounce earlier than you'd think. Actually worked out. Hold up. Yeah, those specific cases. Is it just like a ton of if statements? Like, if you have this ability, do this. If you have this ability, do this. If you have this ability, do this. If you have this ability and this ability, then do this. Like, that kind of just like sounds not pleasant. But I guess if it works, right? I think I saw. Oh, also I totally forgot to activate the cell here. I think it was like a little bit of Terraria's source code that I saw in like some video. It was for like the regeneration, life regeneration, and it was like, if you have this item equipped, then add this regeneration. If you have this item equipped, then add this regeneration. It's like, is that really how it's done? You just check if you have any individual item that affects life regen, and then add them all up. Like, if you have the Palladium set bonus regen, and if you have the Crimson Armor set bonus, and if you have the, you know, the Campfire buff and whatever. Not any better way to do it, really? I wish I knew how to look at games source code. Because I honestly don't even know where you would start with that. But just like looking at a game and seeing how it's coded, I feel like I could learn a lot from that. $20,000 lines of switch case flaw. I do like swimming in Rain World. It's kind of rough when you're starting out, right? Just like trying to like go to drainage at the very start of the game. You can really get stuck. But I like how like difficult it feels. It feels like you actually have to learn how to swim. It's not just like press left to move left, press up to move up, right? It's like you're actually controlling your body and trying to like swim around. Which I like. It's such a unique experience in a game to have to learn how to move. And there's games like Getting Over It, which kind of do exactly that sort of thing. But that's the whole gimmick of the game. In Rain World, it's like, it kind of surprises you with like, you have to learn how to move. So many other games try so hard to make movement and other controls like completely seamless. But not many of the games try to make it into an actual skill that you have to learn. Like if you want to learn how to swim, I mean, it's not hard to like swim at a very like, in a very basic way, right? Like in real life. But if you want to like improve, then it's like actually like a skill that you have to improve, right? Same with anything, any skill. That's obvious. I'm just stating the obvious right now, but that's usually not a thing in games, and I really like that about swimming in Rain World. And then it's actually like very worthwhile to learn because you can suddenly go through areas like some parts of shoreline, some parts of drainage, some tunnels, I guess, if you want to. The areas that are normally cut off, you suddenly have access to just because you learn how to swim. Like the connection from shoreline to subterranean, you either need a jetfish or you can just learn how to swim, and it's super easy to do. Like co-op. Yeah, like that game. I do like in Rain World, it's like still intuitive, like you hold left to move left, right? It's still the same like that, but the way that you can try to improve it by like wiggling around a little bit. It's like swimming is easy, but swimming well is difficult. It's not like swimming at all is like extremely difficult. It's just to do it in the most basic way. Oops. Reach submerged superstructure as Spearmaster in Saints campaign. That is very specific. Oh, I actually went too fast. That's funny. I guess I kind of like built up some speed going through that. And I messed up this cycle. And that. Yes, let me just invent void fluid. Infinite energy. Is void fluid infinite energy, or is it just extremely efficient at creating energy? Or converting into energy, I should say. Because it kind of looks like the refraction cell is just an infinite source of energy. Like, for how long the iterators have lasted with only the refraction cells as, like, a backup power source. Because I thought that they would require... Whoops. That's the second time I've done that today. I've never done it before. That's strange. But, I thought that they would have void fluid pumps. Like, that's part of why filtration system is there, right? To filtrate void fluid and then bring it up to the iterators where they can use it as a power source, right? But I guess the Refaction Soul is just enough on its own. It doesn't even have any like constant supply of void fluid. It just lasts an extremely long time. Also, I'm totally forgetting this entire route. This is the wrong room. Hold on, let me look at the map. That's brought up at least twice. You could say that about every conversation we ever have on the stream. Oh, but we talked about this like 3 months ago in that one stream, you know? We had that same conversation. The room is... Right, I remember this room. This topic is brought up at least twice every cycle. Or at least once. What did they say? That one dialogue for Spearmaster. I kind of like the vacuum idea. I don't really know how. I mean, they kind of go into it, but I don't know if they're actually like trying to explain how it works, or if they're just kind of making stuff up for the sake of it. The fact that any character can do what I just did there is absurd, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what I assumed. It kind of bothers me that Downpour has an explanation for rarefaction cells, because there's also an explanation in vanilla, but it's like Moon starts talking about it and is like, actually, this is like you don't care about this, and she's right. But then for whatever reason, like you could bring both of the pearls to Moon, and in one pearl she'd be like, no, I'm not gonna explain this to you. But then the second pearl, she's like, oh yeah, I'll go into this. Ow. And you're on this light this time. I like doing that extended slide. It's like very lucky. There might be like a specific spawn location for rubble there, because I seem to always get the rock in the same spot. Yeah, this is Artificer's theme. Jetfish. I love when they're in that spot. It was even better when they're right here. He just wanted to move. Keep going. That's a funny way to do it. I guess maybe if you just avoid the very tips of the tentacles, you'll be fine. If that's where they grab you. But I feel like the middle can also grab you. I don't know. Oh wow, this is awful. Still, one of my least favorite parts of the movement in this game is when you're in the middle of the animation for climbing up a ledge. You don't know if pressing jump will make you jump away from the ledge or make you climb up. Or at least I still haven't figured it out. As long as it was just like one or the other. But it's like, it depends, and sometimes I don't even think it depends on your your location, like how close you are to the ledge, how close you are to climbing up. It kind of just feels random. Just like if you're, like you might just jump away, you might climb up, you might, you know, start climbing up and then hold away because you thought you were gonna jump, or you try to jump away but you start climbing up and then you end up just falling down. Parkour state. Yeah, that's the one for Saint, for sure. I guess for Survivor, it's just like the opening, like opening cutscene, pictures of the past. That's probably just the one for Survivor. But the other ones, they just kind of get dropped in, and that's it. It's just whatever like music plays in that region. So this is the wrong way. That's a new one. I mean, I guess Saint does have a lot of exclusive music. Like every like theme in the regions is replaced. Yeah, but just because the song plays somewhere in the speedrun route doesn't mean that it's going to play for like every player. Like a huge majority of the players will hear the song for Artificer if they just go to Shaded, right? Okay, my movement is like honestly like awful right now. I want to go, where do I want to go? Probably Shaded. Yeah, I'll head to Shaded for a bit. Alright, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, even if some song plays in some area that a character has to go through, well, like they don't even have to go through. Like you can avoid Precipice as Spearmaster. Should have eaten that before I sheltered. That was really risky. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, Gourmand. I mean, you can just pick any song from Outer Expanse really for Gourmand. That was clean. I wish there were more things to do in Outer Expanse. More speedruns or challenges or other things. So all of them have to do with Gourmand, and I'd rather not play Gourmand. I guess there's like but there's Monk Storbison. I should do that category more. Really. I don't know. I think I might want to avoid like doing a bunch of speedrun categories at the same time. That actually seems to work. That setup there, doing 2 slides. Oh right, I do know that challenge. Well, it's down per challenge, so I won't do it for a while. Also, I'm kind of taking it slow with the challenges for a while. I'll be doing more Riv runs than challenge runs. I don't know why I activated that. See, this is the problem. This is why I need to practice shaded so much, because I keep getting the cycles wrong. Also, I feel like all the shaded music on the playlist tends to play in shaded. Like when I'm actually here. Nice den boost. I'd slow down too much for that. Slightly distorted Rivulet. Do I want to activate this? Probably not. It activated. Well, it's gonna hold up. Is the game gonna like totally break? The answer is yes. I should have expected that. Like trying to load a region in another region. Just reset this. Okay, I'll just do that. Trying to do a wall bounce thing. Also, the cell activating is cool. That was perfect. Like the cell deactivating right then. It's exactly what you're looking for. I might just jump over that normally, honestly. Don't bother with the roll pounce. I like how that jump over the... Jumping over the rot there, it looks kind of overkill to go that high, but if you slow down, if you're like just slightly slower than that, you don't make it. I hate this pipe. It's so easy to just get stuck there for some reason. The song is a bit late. Yeah, let me just jump over this for no reason. See, I either get the bounce off of the water, which is what you want, or like you dive even further into the water. I have a feeling, just a hunch, just an estimation, that you might be a fan of the Hollow Knight, the Pizza Tower update. Hollow Knight DLC featuring the noise. What is this room called? In shaded. Oh, well, I guess it's pretty obvious. Silk Song finally releases, but then you realize that the main character is the noise instead. Biggest plot twist. There, yeah, sure. There is some parallel universe out there where that does happen. Oh no, he got me. I actually bounced too slowly. That's funny. Alright, well I guess I'll just die. Yeah, sure. Here's an Outer Expanse song, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I still have to improve that timing. I guess it's better to be late rather than early. I probably don't need to practice these rooms too much. I feel like I have them figured out mostly. It's this room where it kind of starts to get rough. Because there's one timing here that's really difficult, which is this one right here. You need to slide as like late as possible, and then you need to not die to this rot. And then you need to hit slide pounce, or wall pounce with a slide. That is consistent though. I actually really like that setup. Okay, I overestimate how wide that gap is. That is true. Other than every single review saying the music is good. Do they? I don't know. Maybe they don't mention the music. I mean, it's a very default thing to do in a review about Rainworld in general. Just talking about Rainworld, like, oh yeah, the visuals are good, the music is good. But it's like we all agree that it's good, so no one really cares to elaborate. I honestly don't know. I think that water bounces require a certain amount of speed, and you can get that speed with just a regular slide pounce as Riv. I think that's what's going on. But honestly, I've been struggling with the water bounces, so it doesn't really feel easier for me. Because I think the consistent way to get a water pounce, or a butter bounce, is to do a charge pounce, and then a throw boost. And that gives you enough speed to bounce off of the water. You also might need to be at a specific height. See, in that case, I didn't lose too much speed. Yeah, that's super consistent. I really like that. Actually, hold up. Hold up. Yeah, there's a little platform right here. And I'm assuming that, like, okay, I need to land here then, but it's like one tile offsets. I need to get close to this one. It's actually kind of like there's four tiles of space there, or maybe just three tiles of space to fall down there to grab the pole. Like, this water bounce is consistent, but the height is not consistent. Like, that was a really high one. And in that spot, it's just all over the place. Do you think I'd be able to push one of those out of the water? Interesting. The cell was still on. Did I wall pounce when exiting that pipe? That's interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going now. At this point, I think I'm pretty comfortable with shaded. As long as I pay attention to when I should activate the cell. Yeah, just spin around in the water a few times, why not? That's the timing there. The cell is still active over here. I mean, it's actually a bad thing because I want it to be active right now, but it isn't. Please move. It's a nice threat theme. I'm actually gonna drown almost. Yeah, don't do that. At some point, I'm gonna have to focus more on the game over chat, so it's actually kind of a good thing. Less of a distraction. For me, I mean, if you want to talk in chat, I guess it's unfortunate. The problem with testing the crash is that I'm afraid that any attempt to make the testing easier is gonna make it different, you know. If I use warp menu to warp to the heart and then exit out, it might not like do something that causes the game to crash, right? So the only situation that make it be like completely accurate is to do an entire run. And maybe some mods are messing with it too, so I would technically have to do an entire run without mods to get there to test if it crashes or not. But at that point, I don't want to test if it's going to crash or not. I want to finish the run. You know? It's a weird thing. Jetfish hours. You just have to let them pass. You can't swim past them. That was actually kind of lucky though, with those jetfish in those positions. Okay, I guess that's kind of how you have to do it. If you get there fast enough, you can kind of swim through the middle. This room is one of the very few rooms, at least in the very beginning, that feels like completely deterministic. I just hold certain keys and it works the same every single time, as long as the cell stays active. So many other rooms are very inconsistent. Even when entering the room, you might just get a different exit out of the pipe. But I guess that one, in that room, the entrance to the pipe is the same every time too, because I always do the same setup. I think the swimming in these rooms is probably part of my favorite part of the run, for swimming specifically, which is weird to say as Rivulet. It's nice like to have so much room to swim around, but also because you're not swim boosting. Like you actually can't swim boost to preserve your breath, so like swim boosting is very hard to control as Rivulet. So I actually prefer it. The thing that's strange about the crash is that it's very consistent. I'm fairly confident that the game won't crash now. Yeah, see, it's fine. But it's always the very first run of the stream. It's always that run that has a crash, but then all the runs after that are totally fine. That is like the weird thing about it. Press 2 or you just do pounce. Yeah, just do run to get there. Clear out the crash. The thing is that I don't know if it will work the same when I do actual runs. Like maybe some mod is changing how it works. And also, I always make it to the end on the first run, right? Like, it's not like I'm gonna die. But in real attempts, I might die like 10 times before I actually get it, or like even more than that, before I actually get a run that makes it all the way to the hearts, right? So if I'm on the first run and I die, will the game still crash on the next attempts that makes it there? Is it only if it's the very first attempt that makes it to the hearts, or the very first run in general? Few crashes closer to the end of the stream. When I did the MSC % run, that was a crash after playing the game for quite a while, right? But I guess it was probably the first Rivulet run. But also what's strange is that after the game crashes, I close the game and reset it, right? I reopen the game, and then all the crashes after that are fine. So it might make sense if it was something in the, like, I don't know. You think that it would like completely reset when I restart the game? I might, yeah, I'm gonna do some more. I wanna start in Pebbles. I guess in exterior. It's a good cycle. Wow, this is an interesting cycle. I like how the moment the gravity changed, friction turned on all of a sudden. Like instantly. Need to make it there in this cycle. Nice. You always kind of slide along the ground for a bit when trying to like go down. Okay, I think probably fine to start attempts. Get the splits open. So, you know, this might not go well. The beginning of the run is kind of the most difficult to get started. Lots of scavengers, lots of snails, just kind of things that get in the way and make it annoying. And plus you have to karma cache for quite a while. So it might take a while to get a run started. And even then, there's no guarantee I'll make it very far after that. Because I have not played with creatures in a while. So I guess you can kind of consider these to be practice runs, I guess. I believe these are all the mods. Yeah, which is quite a lot for speedrun, honestly. I guess they are encouraging the speedrun timer fix now. I think there's one more remix setting I need to change. If I, yeah, left that on. I think the rest is okay. All right. So last time I did attempts of Riv, I got very distracted by the chat, so I'm probably going to be kind of ignoring chat a little bit. I mean, I kind of haven't been for a while. Sometimes I do want to focus on the game. Going great. Going wonderful. Hmm. An average scavenger infestation in drainage. Good tracks lead to good runs. Like there's been a lot of shaded music playing. And I guess I'm not complaining. You know, the way that the rivulets, the pink things, I don't know what to call them. They're kind of rendered weird. Like one of them is like on top of their face and the other one isn't. So sometimes their eyes, their left eye is covered by covered it a little bit. Gills, I guess. Okay, I guess they're not awful. As long as this guy's nice. Cool. I didn't do the pearl tech. guy can be annoying. They weren't. Okay, lizard alert. That guy just died. Lizards are cool. That's unfortunate. I got the jump, but it actually wasn't high enough. Just doing another wall bounce probably would have been better. Should have picked up those rocks. He's just in the wrong spot. I shouldn't have thrown that. This guy shouldn't be a problem. Backflip. Oof. I don't know what. That's a very low white lizard. Hope he's okay. Well, he just got killed by a vulture, so he isn't. Okay, technically this is ahead. Some grapple and movement, that's all. Really? 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 I went too high. That's cool. I was just worried that I wouldn't go high enough from the angle that I got that grapple. Just barely grabbed the edge of that. Maybe I could have wiggled that, but that was a time loss anyway. Even if I escaped. Sucks. You think that the beginning of the run would be easiest part, because I've done it so much. Where does the song even play? It kind of feels like a bitter airy song. Bitter airy. Bitter airy is basically the same as Saints campaign. I guess it is kind of fitting, because you know, Rivulet is right before Saints, so it kind of like leads together kind of cleanly. I probably just slower than doing the backflip. The shield. So it's a very green scavenger. I might have turned storage. I'm just gonna try it. I did. That's a big blue fruit. I maybe should reconsider throwing that spear there, considering the creatures in this area. Maybe having a weapon is actually more useful than being slightly faster on one jump. Like if those scions got in the way, I would have needed the spear. Shoot. Getting the movements. That was so bad. But I'm still alive, so whatever, I guess. This guy has to slow me down. For no reason. This is really bad. Oh, that sucks. Just not really happy with that run. Another shaded song. Has this one already played? Hold up. It is Sean's Shuffle. Mouse sick. There's certainly a lot of karma caching. I don't know what I'm doing. RTA time loss. Ah, yes, good job grabbing that fruit. Oh, these guys. Yep. Oh, this is a really slow start. I probably shouldn't worry too much about getting a good time now. I just need experience with dealing with creatures. So we're just gonna be moving. Alright. Somehow I'm alive. You suck. There's a sign in that room. Up there. Wow. I think this new strategy might actually be worse slightly if I'm jumping like earlier than normal, but that doesn't really make sense. I feel like it should always jump higher than normal since you're flying off of the pole at the top. Thank you for that. Or whatever. This run can be slow. This run can pick up bad flies. Oh, I didn't even have a rock. Good job. Is it raining? But this, yeah, this is considerably slower than other attempts. That's better. That was a little risky. I was kind of farther away than normal. Just a bad cycle. It's a lot of fun. I might get lucky still. Oh, just barely. Oops, that was just a misinput. Also, this is bad. Oh. It's a really bad movement. Oops. Please. I think that's still gonna be a problem. do that. I'm actually mainly worried about orange lizards right now. And I guess DLLs, but they weren't really a huge problem. There's a few of them that are kind of annoying, and then there's orange lizards. Because that strategy I came up with doesn't work if they're in that spot where you normally would do the slide. I think I have a split there. Yeah. I don't want to split at the wrong time and mess them all up. I can't see them. Usually I don't think I want to get that jump boost there. This is bad. This is not bad. You didn't even do the jump. When you press the button so fast it doesn't even register. At least it turned off then. Nice. Ooh, canceling the backflip. Totally did that on purpose. That's really. I guess getting the wall jump instead of the wall climb. That is a spot for a DLL. Goodness. Yep, always mess that up. That jump was too high. It worked. Oh. Yeah, the kelp are probably another creature I should leave enabled. That's a scavenger. That could have been pretty bad. Just did not know what that was. That was like a spider. Usually if there's a scavenger, they're in this room. Ah. This is certainly a run of all time. Did I split too early? No. This is the last one. Time to die to the jellyfish. jetfish. We're fine. Oh. Cool. Hello, moon. That's a run. I do not know how this compares. Oh, okay. I guess that's world record. By 25 seconds. That's pretty cool. That felt very improvable. I could have done that way better. There were like a pretty decent amount of mistakes. I actually kind of felt like I didn't really feel that nervous because I was like, you know, this isn't the greatest run. You know, I made some mistakes. I didn't really feel very nervous at all in Bitter Area. I feel like Bitter Area was like the best segment. Like I got some really good hops through there. Do I want to do another attempt? I could. I guess the goal should be at sub 28th then. Gutter was kind of, there were a lot of bad segments and like random mistakes in here and there. I feel like saving 20 or 17 seconds over this is definitely possible. I don't really know what don't really know like which segments were good or bad or anything. Sure, I'll do like another attempt just for fun. But I will end the stream soon. It is cool to get a run done though. Like at least I have something. Very fitting. Sits with Moon. That song plays the area where you get the cloak, and I guess Moon does have the cloak for Riv. But usually in a lot of other speedruns, I kind of just like did attempts until I finished one run, and then that was it. You know, it's like, well, I did it. But I don't want to do that with Riv. I want to actually stick with it and just kind of keep going and see how far I can improve the run. Not just by practicing a bunch and then getting one good run after that. It's like, no, I'm gonna keep trying to actually do attempts on run. Maybe at this point I should splits not sorted. That's true. Also, if you want any comparison between the difficulty of Spearmaster and Rivulets, I think that was my first attempt. Maybe. Was it? I don't know. It was an early attempt. And I actually finished the run and got world record. So yeah, it is a decent amount easier. In terms of just finishing a run, of course I still made a bunch of mistakes, so like getting a really good run is still very difficult. What the heck? My entire screen just went black for a second. Can you guys see the stream? Also, I'm now at 137 hertz. Is what it said in the corner. Oh shoot, did it? Is that actually freezing the game? Cool. Okay, I have a feeling we're gonna have to restart my computer. It is kind of falling apart right now. You know what? Yeah. I think I gotta get out of here. Yeah, every time I alt tab from Rain World to something else, my entire computer freezes for like 5 seconds. Which is weird. This has happened with other games too. But yeah, it's cool to get it run. But I will do more attempts tomorrow. And some more next week, and you know, some more. And I was recording. I have the full. I should have the full run. I need to, I am better at remembering to record now. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. See ya.